Like, I just imagine all of these peacocks being like, freedom! Freedom! Let's go! Go, 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 go! Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kayla Cosmos. I am a former English teacher turned digital nomad living here in Taiwan. And today we are going to be talking about my favorite news story in possibly the entire world. Before I lived in Kaohsiung, I was living on Kinmen Island for a year, and there are some very interesting things about that place. One day when I was out exploring around Kinmen, I was in this pretty abandoned area. I was riding my scooter and all of the sudden this peacock jumps in front of me and then flies away. Like, it was literally the most beautiful thing. Like, I don't think I've ever seen anything more gorgeous in my life. It was so magnificent. Its feathers were like and then it was just like flying off into the distance, and then it was gone. Little did I know there were peacocks everywhere. Once I learned what the peacock call was, which sounds a little bit like yes, I just did that. Once I recognized their call anywhere, I would be like riding around Kinmen, I would hear that and I would just, where is it? Where's the peacocks? Where are the peacocks? And there are times where I've seen literally like a herd of peacocks. And peacocks are very afraid of people. As soon as they see you, boom, they are gone. They know that you are the enemy of the peacock. It was one of my big goals to catch a peacock on camera. So I'm gonna show you the closest thing I ever got to filming a peacock. I got you. I got you.
Are you filming?
Yes.
Okay.
But I've seen probably at least 100 peacocks on Kinmen, and while I was living there, I was like, why are there peacocks here? I ended up YouTubing it, and I found this amazing news story. It's a 2-year-old news story, but it is seriously like one of those things that's just amazing to know about. Now, with that said, let us get into the best news story of all time.
With their iridescent feathers and regal poise, peacocks are admired all over the world for their beauty. But this elegant species is proving too much to bear for the people of Kinmen County, where these birds thrive.
Here in this kitchen in Kinmen, Yang Xiuying is cooking up a storm. The meat sizzling in the wok came from the beautiful peafowl. When it's prepared properly, it doesn't have a distinctive flavor. It tastes just like chicken. Yang's husband, Li Celi, who is a peafowl hunter, caught more than 100 birds in last year alone.
So, what have we learned so far? 1, we can eat peacock. I mean, I guess that makes sense. We can eat almost any living creature. 2, this man is a peacock hunter. I've also heard that tourists could try peacock, but I think you have to ask them like ahead of time so that they can actually go out and hunt the peacock so that they can serve it to you. So it's not like something that I think that you can just go and eat whenever you want, but you can have this experience in Kinmen.
These birds are the subject of admiration at the zoo, but here in Kinmen County, they are seen as the neighborhood pest. Before the 1990s, Kinmen County had been governed by the military, and it had been home to a small zoo. In 1995, the Kinmen National Park was established, and the zoo's collection of peafowl was transferred over to the park's care station. 4 years later, a typhoon struck and the birds escaped.
I love this like throwback bit in this story. I love though when they're like, and then a typhoon came and the birds escaped. Like, I just imagine all of these peacocks being like, freedom! Freedom! Let's go! Go, 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 go! Get out of the zoo! Like, it's just like the origin story of the peacocks. They brought them here. They were like, oh, this will be a beautiful animal to have at the zoo. And then one day the zoo broke open because of a typhoon, and now this is how we get to today.
In 1999, Typhoon Dan destroyed the enclosure that contained the 14 peafowl and they escaped. Since 1999, those peafowl have been breeding in the wild. We now have nearly 1,000 birds.
So it started with 14 peacocks that escaped this cage. Now it's out of hand. It's out of hand.
This field belongs to a farmer who was constantly harassed by peafowl. He would sow seeds in the spring and his sprouts would be nearly all eaten up by peafowl.
它就是这样子会爬。
They pulled them out like this, using their talons to pull up the sweet potatoes. They also picked up all the peanuts and gobbled them up.
So this is where the story gets a little bit more serious, right? You know, here I am laughing my ass off about escapee peacocks But this sucks because, you know, in Jinmen a lot of people are farmers, so, you know, I do sympathize with them in this sense.
它的叫声呢非常恐怖。
Their call is really scary.
So, regardless of this peacock cage, this is something in Jinmen that you see a lot, where there's just like a urinal or like a toilet bowl, like in a farming-ish area where it's just like full of stuff, or sometimes there's water in it for the animals to drink, and I just think it's interesting. That's all.
它的叫声呢非常恐怖。
Their call is really scary. It's like the cry of a baby. The sound can carry 2 to 3 kilometers away.
So I actually know this area. This is one of the first times I saw a bunch of peacocks together. I was riding my bike on this back road, and all of a sudden I see this huge cage full of peacocks, and I was like, what? Because I never really seen like this many peacocks. Like, I don't have much experience with peacocks in my life, and then I moved to Jinmen, and next thing I know, I'm like a peacock connoisseur. I know everything. I know where to find them. I know how to identify their calls. But this place, they actually have a whole pen of peacocks, and they live with ducks, and there's also a goat. There's a goat that lives in this cage with them. You don't see him in the video, but there's a goat that lives in there, and he's a really cute goat. We were like playing. Okay, I'm gonna stop tangenting. Okay, it's about to get real here. We're going to Wuhu Mountain, and Wuhu Mountain is where there's a huge population of peacocks.
Conservationist Dong Senbao took us on a ride around Wuhu Mountain to find wild peafowl.
在那边，那边，那边，那边。有没有看到？有没有看到？对，有没有看到？
We spot 4 birds in under an hour. It's not because the peafowl are especially adventurous.
And he's like, stop, Namian. It's like they're trying to like hunt for Bigfoot, right? They're just like, there he is, get him. And dude, I understand how they feel. They're hard to find. They're hard to get on camera. Like, you see the cameras like trying to focus on the peacock, and the peacock's just like, they've spotted me.
A few years ago, residents discovered that along the coastal areas of Fengshan, there were peafowl flying over the shoreline like migratory birds. For offshore islands like Jinmen country, the biggest concern is aviation safety. Is it possible for the peafowl population to creep to the perimeter of the airport and cause accidents? It's a possibility.
Well, that took a dark turn. The general population of peacocks is actually quite far away from the airport. But if, for example, they were to start, you know, migrating from that part of the island closer to the airport, then yeah, that could be pretty dangerous. I mean, that bird was up pretty high. While I might be joking about it now, imagining a peacock taking down an entire plane because it just flew in front of the plane, that's actually pretty freaky.
Sun Yat-sen University professor Zhang Xuewen leads a team of researchers to Jinmen each month. They have been commissioned by the county government to keep the peafowl count under control.
We try some methods from abroad. Walk-in traps also work. The entire bird enters the trap, so it isn't hurt in the slightest. But the capture rate of such a trap is too low. Another way is using net launchers, the kind that uses compressed air.
Can we replay that? When I saw that clip, all I could do was like picture like people out trying to hunt peacocks using net launchers, just like
The air fires a net that expands, but in the end, we discover that peafowl were running away before we can get close enough.
After a lengthy process of trial and error, researchers settled on this type of trap, which lures in the birds without hurting them. A healthy population of peafowl could be an exciting tourist draw for the outlying county. But for Kinmen County, more research work lies ahead before it can identify just how many birds are needed to achieve ecological balance.
Oh, that's it. Oh my god, look who it is. It's me. Okay, so as you can see, they've done a lot to try to control this peacock population. They're like, do we just eliminate them? Do we reduce the numbers? Do we try to find a way to like work with the peacocks, like turn them into a resource? I think that's actually a really interesting take as well. Or even the idea of making them a tourist draw. Like, to be fair, I would go. I mean, I'm biased because I love Kinmen, but if they started some type of activity in Kinmen that was just like go on a peacock photograph hunting tour, I'm down for it. I'm so down for that. So there it is. There's the news story for you. I have probably cut out some bits of the full story, so you can find the original link below, and they have the Chinese subtitles so you can read along with it if you don't speak English. So after seeing this video, I really want to ask you all, have you heard of this news story and what do you think about it? Because it seems so random, but it's also kind of an important topic. I mean, I just think it's the coolest story ever. So thank you so much for watching this video. Please let me know what you thought about it. And if you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed to my channel, you know, hit that subscribe button. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Peace.